Henry Kissinger, the Holocaust survivor and Harvard professor who became a towering U.S. diplomat, master political manipulator and pop culture icon, loved by admirers and loathed by detractors, has died. He was 100. He died on Wednesday at his home in Connecticut, according to Kissinger Associates. As President Richard Nixon's top foreign policy aide, Kissinger helped set out the nation's grand international strategy of extricating itself from an unpopular war and plotting its relations with two rival communist powers. In Nixon's second term, Kissinger had to navigate against the backdrop of the Watergate scandal that engulfed his commander-in-chief's attention and eventually forced the president out. All the while, he fiercely defended his own political turf. My predominant concern during Watergate was not the investigations that formed the headlines of the day. It was to sustain the credibility of the United States as a major power, Kissinger wrote in his 1982 memoir, Years of Upheaval. I became the focal point of a degree of support unprecedented for a non-elected official. It was as if the public and Congress felt the national peril instinctively, and created a surrogate center around which the national purpose could rally. Kissinger negotiated America's exit from the disastrous Vietnam War, sharing the 1973 Nobel Peace Prize with North Vietnam's Le Duc Tho for a ceasefire agreement that year. Nearly 2 years later, Nixon's self-described peace with honor collapsed with the fall of Saigon to the Viet Cong during the administration of President Gerald Ford. Kissinger also crafted the détente policy that thawed the Cold War with the Soviet Union, and he played a pivotal role in breaking down the diplomatic Great Wall that surrounded Communist China for 2.5 decades. Through his shuttle diplomacy, he wrung out agreements between Israel and Egypt and Syria in the wake of the Arab countries' surprise launch of the 1973 Yom Kippur War. And in his diplomatic chess game against the Soviets, he supported brutal regimes that were accused of human rights abuses, including in Chile and Pakistan. 3 months after the Watergate break-in on June 17, 1972, Nixon's national security advisor was confirmed as his Secretary of State, becoming the first foreign-born head of that cabinet department. He continued to serve as National Security Advisor until 3 months after Nixon's resignation in August 1974, and remained as Secretary of State until Ford left office in 1977. In the 1983 book, The Price of Power, journalist Seymour M. bashed Kissinger as a double-dealing deceiver. Journalist Walter Isaacson's 1992 biography, Kissinger, portrayed the former Secretary of State as a complicated pragmatist who mastered the art of nuance. In his 2001 book, The Trial of Henry Kissinger, social critic Christopher Hitchens called him a war criminal. In the 2015 book, Kissinger's Shadow, leftist historian Greg Grandin said never-ending wars show the U.S.